It's been a little while since I posted up on the channel, just been a little bit busy, but today we got a little bit of a project going on. One of the things is I need to do an oil change on it, so I just picked up the oil and the filter and we'll get it up on the lift to do that. But while it's up there, finally, I want to go a little bit lower. So what I have to do is there's spring adjusters in the rear that I have adjusted all the way to the low setting. And I want to take that out and replace it with the stock rubber spring seats, and that'll be able to drop it a little bit lower. Depending on how low that goes will determine what I want to do with the front, dropping that a little bit lower to match, or maybe just a hair higher just to keep me from ruining my fenders. But we'll see what we can do with it. As you can see right now, it looks pretty good, but if we lower it a little bit more, I think it's definitely going to be better. So here's how it looks right now. Got about 2 fingers of space on each front and back going up into here. So we'll see how much lower we can go with that without risking ruining the fenders or anything like that. But I'm not too concerned about the rear. I know that if we drop it quite a bit, I believe it's still gonna clear coming up into here. So I think we should be good with that. Eventually we'll get into lowering that one, but that's a little bit more of a project, so more on that soon. Got the oil changed out. I'm going to put it back up and we'll take a look at the suspension. So my tires are almost done. Lower it here, test fit it with these, make sure I don't rub, and then eventually I'll get a new set, get the alignment done. So this is what I wanted to work on today. Here we have these set at the lowest setting. Just going to replace this with the stock spring seats in here, so it should lower a bit more. So this is what we're going to replace it with. You see the thickness of that? It should replace where we have the adjusters up here. So that should lower it down a fair bit. So once we get the rear lowered, I'm just going to see where it sits, and then we can decide if we want to lower this one a bit. Probably not sure how much yet though.
Not eating.
Springs off. Those are the spring adjusters that were on there. Now we had it all the way to the lowest setting, which means that the spring would come and sit right here. So it's lifted up from all of that. So I'm going to take that out. My idea was to replace it with this, which then if you put it next to that, it's going to be a pretty significant drop there. And it's not going to be a direct ratio from here to the wheels. It may even drop more at the wheels. So we'll see what it looks like. I don't think it's going to rub, so I think it should be pretty good. Basically, we're just going to take this and set this on top of there and spin it to the right spot, but you get the idea. Okay, go again. All right, stop there. Now we try the other side. I think we should be able to put those bolts on in there. I think so, yeah. Okay, so we lowered it down nice and slow. You had to lift up a little bit just to be able to get these to drop in where you can move it. So now we should be able to put the bolts back into that. And as we were going down, I kind of made sure to guide a little so the spring seats in properly. Both springs look pretty solid, and this is movable, so we should be able to put the bolts in and then lower it down. So we haven't rolled it forward or back yet to get it to settle in, but that's kind of where it came out. I expected it to go a little lower, but that's actually pretty good. Once we get the suspension to settle, I think it'll drop a little bit lower. So we'll just have to mess with the front suspension to match it up a little bit, but it looks pretty nice already. Yeah, stay with your weight on it. Man, I think that's dialed in.